Hey, in today's video, I wanted to talk to you about how to do our easy market research. Market research are going to be a set of activities that you are going to perform in order to understand better the potential for your product or your solution. When you're building a product, you have to understand if there is a market need out there, who are going to be the people that need this product, where are they, what kind of competition is out there. This is the goal of doing a market research, to understand better what is that position that you have in that potential market. And of course, you can do this market research for an existing product as well. So there are going to be several reasons why you should do a market research, but I'm going to concentrate on the three main ones, at least from my point of view. The first one is that you want to make an informed decision. You want to understand better this market because this is going to help you to plan your product development. It's going to help you develop your marketing strategies. It's going to help you develop your overall strategy when you understand this market, when you understand the people that are in it, the industries that you are trying to tackle. It will help you to lay out this kind of a roadmap for how you are going to be taking over this market with the products and the go-to-market strategies that you're building. And there is no perfect plan, but this is going to give you a better understanding of what you want to plan, what you have to do, what are those activities that are going to help you potentially be successful. The second reason to do a market research is that you want to be customer-centric. You really want to understand your customers. You want to understand where they are. Where are they hanging out? What are the places that you should go talk to them? These places that you go and look at what they're talking about. Understand better what the problems they are that they have. What are their needs? What are their behavior? What are their worries? What are the things that motivate them? All these things are going to help you understand much better what customers you want to tackle. You also want to look into demographics, where these people are, what age are they, which ones are the industries that they are working in. And finally, this is going to help you develop more effective marketing strategies. When you understand better your customers, when you understand better where they are, you are going to be much better equipped when it comes to communicating with them. You will know better where to go and promote your products. You will know better how to message to them. What are those keywords, what we love to talk nowadays? What are those hashtags that they are using? What are the keywords that they typically use that you can use when you're doing your communication, when you're preparing your content, that is going to resonate with that audience, with that market that you're trying to target? This is going to make you make much better educated decisions when you're planning your marketing, when you're planning your content, and this eventually should give you better results, better ROI on all the efforts that you're putting in your marketing. And now let's go through the different aspects that are going to help you drive your market research. First, you need to understand your target market. You need to understand what is the audience that you are talking to. Who are the personas that you are actually going to work with? What are those profiles of the people that you are going to be having as your target audience? And more importantly, also, where are they going to be? And as well, you also have to look into things like, what are the geographies where these people are going to be? Where are the industries that they are going to be participating in? And when you define user personas, you don't want to stick to just software engineers. You want to really tell what is the story behind. They are software engineers working for SaaS products, working maybe with a specific type of technology, maybe in a certain geographical area, maybe working for a certain type of industry. For example, it can be that they are working in social media apps, or that they are B2C, or that they are B2B. Depending on what you're looking for in your market research, understanding better these personas, this target audience, is going to help you make much better decisions. And some companies will take this really far, to the point that they will build like personas with names, people that they will try to identify to a certain type of user, that it helps them understand better motivations, what are the things that worry them, and understanding them in a higher level, not just by the skills that they have. The next one is that you want to research where these people are. Where is your market? your target audience. Where are they hanging about? Are they using certain type of communities instead of others? Are they active in LinkedIn? Do they go consume the content from LinkedIn, or do they do it from Reddit, or do they do it in YouTube? Understanding where they are will help you understand where you can tackle them in the future. Next aspect that you have to take into account is that you have to do a competitor analysis. You have to first start with what is the list of competitors that you have out there? What are the companies that you think that they are building those products that potentially are competing with the products or services that you are building and developing? You also should look into analyzing their products. What are the features that they have? What are the pricing? What are the licensing models that they have? What is that the market audience or the audience that you're going to target are they used to? Are they used to certain brackets of prices? Are they used to small prices, or are they used to big prices? Or are they used to purchase subscriptions versus purchasing a product and own it in some kind of perpetual way? Look also into their marketing strategies, how they communicate with their customers. This is going to also give you good ideas on how what is the messaging that is working for this audience. This doesn't mean that you have to copy it. You just have to understand how they are doing it. You might find better ways. Sometimes by looking into other competitors, sometimes by looking to other products that are in other industries. There might be better things or better ways of communicating out there. It's always good to research other areas, other products that are in other markets, and how can you bring those more innovative ideas into your market. And then try to identify gaps in the market. This is easy to say, but not so easy to achieve. But you want to see how you can build a product that is going to be different from the others. There's going to be some commonalities, but there's always going to be some differences between your product and the others. Those are going to be your unique selling points. This is how you are going to be able to gain against your competition. This is how you're going to differentiate yourself from the offer that they have. The next aspect is that you have to do product concept validation. What does this mean? Is that I want to make sure that I'm able to build like MVPs and create mock-ups of the product that I can validate quickly with my customers. I don't have to have a ready product in order to do a market research. Sometimes I can just use some screenshots, share with the customers or those potential customers, get feedback. Does this resonate with them? Is this something that they would be interested in? Is this something that would drive their interest, that potentially I could be selling this product to them in the future? So with MVPs or minimum viable price, what you want to measure is the visibility and the appeal of your product for that market audience that you are trying to build. You also want to gather feedback from those concepts that you're building. You want to gather feedback from your audience, your potential audience, maybe also from industry experts that know that industry. They might not be your direct users, or your market, but they will have very good insights. And this is something that is going to help you prioritize, plan what your product is going to be. And you want to iterate and improve. You don't want to build a perfect product. I like to say that done is better than perfect. You want to put things out, test them, see how this is resonating with your audience, validate it. If it's working, take it forward. If it's not working, understand why. Can you improve it? Go on, do it. It is not working at all. This is not solving any problem. Probably you want to drop it. But anyways, you have to have an agile mindset when you are doing your market research, and especially when you are delivering or developing the first stages of your product. You also want to understand market trends. You don't have to necessarily hop on into every single market trend that is out there. If you do that, you probably are going to spread yourself too thin. But you have to understand what are the industry trends, in which industry you are going. Are there new technologies that are being adopted by this industry? Could you be one of the first players adopting those technologies? This is something that you have to understand, something that is going to help you stay ahead of the curve. So you can think, for example, nowadays, not so much of the latest trend, but when TikTok came and started to take over or take big chunks of audience from YouTube, how YouTube reacted to this, how they started to understand that, hey, this is a new non-new technology, it's a new trend in the industry, that people want to see short form content. Nowadays, when you go to YouTube, you always, or at least I do, get recommended shorts, YouTube shorts. that people like to consume and they like to see very fast, is something that is below a minute, something that it's a new trend. You want to understand these trends because this is going to help you stay ahead of the curve. I'm not necessarily always following competition, like in the case of YouTube. TikTok was ahead of them, definitely. And you want to be able to assess the impact of any of these trends. And this is not just about the trends, this basically applies to any opportunity, any idea that you see. You should be always able to do some kind of business case, even a light business case, where you try to understand what is the business opportunity, how far is this going to take me forward, how close this is going to take me to my vision, how much effort this is going to take me to implement. Is this something that it's valuable for me, or is this something that maybe is taking me in a different direction from what my goal as a product, as a company is? Some considerations that you want to take into account when you're doing a market research are going to be the next. First, legal and regulatory requirements. It depends on which industry you are working. There are many industries out there that are regulated. If you live in Europe, there's already a ton of regulations that apply to the products that you're building. This happens also in other countries. Things like data protection. You have to understand it. You have to make sure that your product is aligned with those ones and that what is going to be the impact on your market. Also, if you go to more heavily regulated industries like construction or medical, automotive, those are going to have even more regulations on top of the regulations that apply to every single product there. You have to understand them. This is going to help you do your research, understand better what is the situation of that industry and how those regulations are going to impact them. You might consider also ethical considerations. There are many things that people might want to look into that are going to be ethically important for your company or for the type of business where you are. And this might apply even to the way that you are developing your product. You could say that there's ethical considerations to be done when you are developing even a game. The way that you are doing monetization, you might be focusing on a product more from the financial point of view, or you can be focusing more on bringing the best experience possible to your customers. Depends on what you build, there are going to be ethical implications that you want to look into. And finally, probably one of the most important ones is that you are going to have constraints. Things like budget, resources. No matter what you want to tackle, you are always going to have limited resources. It doesn't matter if you are a company of 10 people or if you are Google. Doesn't matter. You are always going to have some kind of limitation on how big team can you allocate to a certain project or to a certain product. And it's not only about people and budget, but it's also about time. Do you have time to develop the product in a timely manner? So doing a market research is going to be very important to make sure that the products that you are building, you're building them for the right audience, and that you understand that audience, you know where that audience is, that you are understanding how you have to communicate with them, you understand the type of product that you have to build for those type of audience, and help you building those strategies that are going to help you be much more successful as a product. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of doing continuous research and continuous product development. Do it in an incremental way, understanding every time a little bit more. You don't have to do the most important, or you don't have to do a whole market research that is going to take you weeks, months to actually develop or to come up with an actual research that is going to help you plan your project. You have to identify already from the get-go what are the areas where I want to concentrate and drill down on those ones that you consider more important. Iterate, make sure that you are building the correct or ideating the correct product and validate to those audiences. Once you validate, you can move forward. You are always trying to increment just a little bit by researching, validating with the audience, delivering, and so on. That's the process that you had to be looking into. So how much research are you doing for your products? Do you do them often? Are you doing it just every now and then and only doing it maybe for some type of products, or you just don't do it at all? Just let me know in the comments below and share with all of us, because I think that this is something that we all could do more. but also sometimes we could do less. So, meaning that I think that we all should be researching more. And when we research, do smaller increments of the research and not do these massive research projects that might take a very long time to do, and then it slows down everything. So I believe much more in doing small research, increment, test, and validate with the audience, move on, and all the time moving in an iterative way. Let me know how you do it. I would be very interested to hear that. If you want to hear more about how to define user personas, what user personas are, you can go check out this video. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. I will see you in the next one. And remember, stay safe.